It's cold.
What do you want?
Yeah, take a seat. Georgia. Yeah, perfect.
Morning. So,
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us
it's cold and loud.
St George's Park. Much appreciated. So, obviously, got Sarina, we've got Georgia, who, if features tomorrow, will win her 50th cap. Anton, we'll begin with you, if that's okay.
Hi, Sarina. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
But first off, I just want to sort of fitness update on various players in the camp, because we've seen, obviously we all know what's going on with Millie, but how ready is she, and how ready are the likes of Jordan and Laura and various other players on individual programmes?
I think they're all in good place in getting prepared for the World Cup. Millie and Jordan will not be available for tomorrow, but we knew that ahead of camps, so they're in a good place and really progressing well as we wanted. I think you want an update about Alex. She's fine, so she'll be in training.
Is it a little scary when things like that happen, when an important player goes down in training?
Why are you looking at me? No, well, it's uncomfortable when any player goes down, so you don't want to go place on them. But you see how intense the training sessions are, and that we really challenge ourselves and each other to improve. So things happen like that. I'm just really then pleased when they stand up and can walk off the pitch, so then we know it should be all right.
Sarina, obviously, look, a lot of the players haven't played since the last weekend in May. You've got this game on Saturday, one behind closed doors in a couple of weeks, and then it's the World Cup. Are you concerned the players won't have enough match practice going into the World Cup?
No, we knew ahead of our preparation that this was the case. So you plan things ahead, and this is the best possible preparation we can have, with all the experience, knowledge we have, and some feedback from players. So yes, of course you want to play more games, but you also want to get your schedule right. And this is the right schedule, and that means that we can only have 2 games in this schedule before we go into the World Cup, also with the travelling to the other side of the world, which takes time, 2 days, and also takes some adaptation to beat the jet lag.
So we're not far away from finding out from FIFA about how the players can support or not be able to support social causes and armbands and that kind of thing. Are you happy with the place that we're at in terms of the restrictions on the players that may well be in place? And do you feel the players are able to express themselves freely going into the tournament?
Yeah, I'm positive about that. I think there'll be a solution. I know there have been conversations, and I think and I hope we'll hear very soon what it will be like, but I'm very positive that there comes a solution that will fit us.
Is it something that you and the players all discuss going into the tournament? 'Cause obviously you saw what happened with Qatar last time, and I know you said you want it sorted before you fly out there. Yeah,
and I think also that's what FIFA wants. So I think, I think we'll wait for the answers on that, and I hope that will come very shortly. And we are focusing just now on Portugal, of course, and after that on our departure to Australia.
Georgia, as a senior player these days, is it something that you think about going into camp? However, you and your teammates were able to express themselves freely and for causes that they genuinely believe in?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like we're at a place now where everybody can have their own individual opinion, and we're able to fight for what we believe in. And Sarina's with us 100%. Whatever we want to do, she backs us. So, yeah, we kind of make the final decision, and Sarina comes with us.
Do you feel you're able to be able to support the cause you want to within the within the confines of a FIFA World Cup?
Yeah, definitely. And I think no matter what the outcome is, whether it goes our way or not, we know that we still stand for exactly the same thing. So if we can or we can't wear the armband, we know that we wanted to, and we'll stand by the fact that we wanted to. So yeah, whatever the outcome is, we'll still stand by whatever we believed in and whatever we wanted to be the resolution.
George, congratulations. If you do get your 50th cap tomorrow, is this, I know obviously you're focused on the World Cup, but is it a chance to get a little bit reflective and think about the journey so far?
Thank you. I think in football it's really difficult to become reflective. Football doesn't rest and time doesn't stand still, so it's kind of one thing after another. You can see how fast and how much has changed since the Euros and everything that's happened since then. So within football you do something, you put it to bed and you move on to the next thing. And I think, of course I'll try and enjoy tomorrow, and I'll enjoy with my family in the stands, being with the girls. The main focus is the next thing, which is the World Cup.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anton. Take questions from the floor. Tom?
Sure. Thanks, Anton. Hi, Sarina. What will Portugal offer you in terms of preparation? Why Portugal as the opposition, and what will they bring?
Yeah, I think, of course, for them it's the first time they go to a World Cup, so they're really preparing too. I think it's a team that wants to play technical, they want to play possession game, but they're not afraid to play the long ball too, and have some speed up front and some players that do unpredictable things. I also think they have some style of play that we haven't played against yet, so hopefully they will do that tomorrow. So we'll be challenged, and for us it's also like the first game after having a break, after the season, after having had 2 weeks of training sessions with, of course, a break in between. So getting ready.
Are you at all worried that you've not got any more games beyond this one and the behind closed doors game against Canada? Do you want any more preparation, or are you satisfied with those 2 fixtures?
Yes, what I just said. No, I'm satisfied with this preparation. And of course, yes, we would have wanted to play a little more games, but this is the schedule we have, and you want to do what's best in preparation, but also what fits in the schedule from a physiology point of view. So no, we're happy with this. These are the facts. We have to travel to the other side of the world too, which needs some time to adapt to, and then we go into the group stage. So no, we're ready, and I think also our training sessions make us grow in any way of the game.
Thank you both very much.
Thanks, Tom. Go to Catherine at the Mail, please.
Thank you. Hi, Sarina. Going into the Euros, I know every kind of player knew what their role was, whether they were a starter, an impact player, or maybe kind of a wider squad player. Are those kind of conversations you've had, yet going into this World Cup, or is that something you're still kind of deciding on and will kind of use tomorrow's game as possible decider in that factor as well?
Well, of course, the team has changed a little bit. That's what happens always. So there's always team dynamics. So some players are not part of the team anymore. Some players come in. There's different experiences. There's different competition now. And there's in some position really high competition. So we'll see what that brings us. But it gives me and our technical staff more options in who we want to play and at what moment we want to play some players. We're still figuring out the last things, but we are started conversations what the roles are, and some roles are not clear yet, and some roles, as we know in football, will change from 1 minute to the other because things happen. So that's how we approach it.
Thanks, Catherine. We'll go to Phil at PA.
Hi, Sarina. I guess along similar lines, I was thinking, would it be possible to say quite where you're at in terms of knowing your starting 11 for the first game of the World Cup yet, the Haiti match, or how close to knowing that starting 11 are you at this point?
Well, we're getting closer. That's clear. You want to get closer, but we're still trying out some things. And on some positions, I don't know what the starting lineup will be. There's still competition going on. And that's why we need those 2 games too. But it could also be that, it's not very clear what's the starting 11. And the next game we would do make another tactical choice and bring or start another player. So it's not totally clear, but of course we're getting closer.
And just to check, I think we mentioned Millie and Jordan before, and Alex. Another player I was going to mention was Laura Coombs. She was another player that was doing some individual work. Is she available for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was trained today, and we expect to be available for tomorrow.
And everyone else is available in the squad?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we still have 1 session to go, but we're in a good place.
Great, thanks.
Thanks, Phil. Any other questions from the floor? Yep.
Ben Chapman from ITV News. Question for both of you, really. What is the level of confidence in the squad? You're 3 weeks away from the first game of the World Cup. You've obviously had well-known issues with injuries. You're playing on the other side of the world, which will be very different to last summer. How confident are you that the squad can handle those challenges? I mean, to be blunt, can you win this competition?
Well, you're talking about 2 things: confidence and winning competition. That's the result, who we are. So I think we're in a good place, and what we're working on, what we're focusing on all the time, is how we want to play, what every player's role is in that, and we have to have clarification about the role and the tasks in the team, and then connect everyone, because that's what makes the difference, I think. So we have lots of quality players in our squad. We're in a good place in that way. and we're just now working every day. So how do we want to play in all the different parts of the game, and what can change, and how can we react on that? So thinking in scenarios too, and when that's really clear, then it makes it a lot easier to play very good games and make the chance of winning really high.
And if I can, just for Georgia, in terms of expectations, obviously you carry a huge weight of expectation going into this tournament after what happened last summer. But you're playing quite a long way away from where all of that support last summer, for instance, was very visible and very vocal. Is it a blessing playing on the other side of the world and being away from some of that pressure, or would you rather have that support a bit closer to home?
I think the best thing we can do is just not compare. So the Euros is a completely different tournament. I don't think we'll ever be able to relive that moment again in terms of the home fans lifting the trophy, and everything that came with that tournament was unbelievable. And then we've just got to look at the World Cup as something completely different. I think the best thing, and the thing that we're working with the staff, is just making sure that we get that time to be able to connect with our families back home. The time in which they wake up might be the time in which we get some free time in our schedule, just so that we get the opportunity to connect with fans, to connect with family, and yeah, just kind of being able to inspire the nation back at home, but being aware that we're inspiring the nation, and rather feeling like we're in our own bubble. We want to be able to make them connections.
Thanks, Ben. We'll call it a day there. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.